Every legal case Every legal case has a story, and some stories change everything. Welcome to Beyond the Brief, the podcast that takes a deep dive and goes beyond to explore and discover the hidden legalities that truly define us.
Something pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Today, we're getting into something pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Pet ownership disputes. When relationships end, it can get incredibly difficult.
Absolutely.
We sometimes hear this term pet cemetery used almost like a metaphor.
Right.
For those really nasty final kinds of arguments over animals, it sort of signifies the end of the road.
It does capture that feeling of, profound loss. But funnily enough, a pet cemetery can also be a literal business.
Oh, right, like an actual commercial asset.
Exactly. In a corporate split, that could be a valuable piece of property. But whether it's metaphorical or literal, the root issue is always the same.
How the law sees the animal.
Precisely. As property.
Okay, so that's our mission for this deep dive then. Let's unpack this fundamental tension. Pets legally seen as property versus, well, how we actually feel about them.
As family members.
Yeah, and we want to look at how courts handle it and maybe give you some pointers on navigating this if, heaven forbid, you have to.
Well, historically and still, in many places in the U.S., pets are just personal property. Legally speaking, they're chattels.
Like a sofa or a car.
Pretty much. So when a relationship dissolves, the traditional legal approach is quite objective. Who bought the pet? Whose name is on the vet bills? That kind of thing.
But that feels so outdated now, doesn't it? I mean, most people see their pets as much more than just stuff.
Society's view has definitely shifted, and the law is starting to catch up slowly.
Right.
You see states like Alaska, California, Illinois, New York. They're actually allowing courts to consider the pet's well-being.
Ah, like a best interest standard, similar to child custody.
Exactly. Or looking at the emotional bonds. And internationally, some countries like Argentina, Spain, they've actually gone further.
How so?
They've reclassified pets as sentient beings, not just objects, a significant step.
Wow. Okay, so if the law is changing, how do courts actually decide these cases now? What factors come into play?
It varies a lot, but courts often look hard at who is the main caregiver.
You mean like day-to-day stuff? Feeding, walking?
Yes. Grooming, training, vet visits. Who actually did the work? And financial contributions matter too, of course. Vet bills, food receipts, that's evidence.
And what about if someone already had the pet before the relationship started?
That's usually much clearer if you got the pet beforehand or if it was clearly a gift just to you.
Like a birthday present.
Right. Then it's generally considered your separate property. Stays with you. So finding those old adoption papers or dated photos can actually be really important.
Interesting. Anything else they consider?
The connection between pets and kids is often huge.
Oh, yeah.
If there are children involved, courts frequently award the pet to the parent who has primary custody.
Recognizing the pet's role as, like, emotional support for the kids?
Exactly. It keeps that bond intact.
Okay, let's talk about the nasty side you mentioned. Why do these disputes get so bad?
Because the emotional stakes are incredibly high. People feel like they're fighting for a child, not an object.
So it leads to these drawn-out, expensive court battles.
Yes, often way out of proportion to any monetary value. And the conflict itself just makes healing from the breakup impossible. Plus, think about the pet.
They must suffer, too.
Immensely. The stress, the anxiety. They're caught in the middle of human conflict. We've even seen really awful tactics.
Like what?
Like one person using the pet as leverage for other things, or even, secretly rehoming the pet so the other person can't get them.
That's terrible. What about trying to share custody? Does that work?
Sometimes, but honestly, it often breaks down. Pets tend to thrive on routine and consistency.
So shuttling them back and forth isn't ideal.
It can be confusing, stressful for the animal, and frankly, it keeps the ex-partners locked in potential conflict. It hinders moving on.
Right. So, practical advice, what can people actually do to avoid this mess?
The best thing, plan ahead. Seriously, proactive agreements are key.
You mean like a pet prenup?
Exactly that. Or just including specific clauses about the pet in a standard cohabitation agreement. Define ownership, care, finances, maybe even a visitation schedule if you split.
And courts will usually uphold those.
Generally, yes.
Yeah.
It takes the decision out of a judge's hands, which is usually better for everyone, especially the pet.
Okay, what if you don't have an agreement? What's the first step then?
Mediation. Definitely try mediation first.
Why mediation?
It's less adversarial, usually cheaper than court. A neutral mediator helps you work out something tailored, focusing on the pet's well-being.
And court is the last resort.
Absolutely. Because litigation throws you into what some call a jurisdictional lottery.
Meaning it depends entirely on where you live.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Some states, like, say, Texas or Florida, might stick really rigidly to those old property laws. If you don't have an agreement, they might flat out refuse to even consider visitation. You could lose all contact.
Wow. So that core tension we talked about, property law versus pets as family, it's still very much alive.
It is. And these fights take a huge emotional toll, and a financial one, too.
So while the laws might be slowly evolving towards recognizing pets are, sentient,
The responsibility to avoid these really damaging outcomes often still rests with the individuals involved.
which brings us to a final thought for you, the listener. Looking beyond the legalities, how much are you truly willing to prioritize your pet's actual well-being, their stability, even if that means making some really difficult